female prisoners that are still being held by Hamas. Now, among them is 19-year-old Karina Ariev, who was serving in the Nahal Oz outpost when it was attacked by a wave of terrorists on October 7th. A quick phone call to her family during the attack was the last they heard from her. A video did later emerge, apparently, of her lying in a Jeep with two other women, possibly wounded in the hands of the terrorists. And joining us now is her sister, Sasha Ariev, speaking to us from Jerusalem. And Sasha, thank you for joining us. First of all, I want to, if you can, go back to that morning of October 7th, because I understand Karina was able to make a couple of calls to the family, to you as well. Can you tell us about that? What unfolded for you on October 7th?
Yes, so hello, thank you for hosting me. And yes, if I go back to the October 7th at 6:30 a.m., my sister was able to call me and to say that she's in a bomb shelter because a lot of rockets were fired toward Israel. And after an hour of talking on the phone or on the WhatsApp chat, that she said to me that if she won't make it alive, she asked me to keep our parents safe. And at 7:40, we lost contact with her. We didn't understand at first what is going on. And at that day, later we saw the video of her being kidnapped. And since then, the 7th of October, it's almost 3 months. We do not know anything about her.
Right. Now, yeah, we're showing some of the footage from your Instagram, for an Instagram that was done. Your family obviously trying to keep public the message, even in English, in the international community. So we are an international channel. What is your message there about your sister, who is, as I mentioned, now one of the remaining female hostages in Gaza, still not having been released from Hamas? And this was one of the points in which Israel felt that Hamas was sort of breaking its agreement to move forward on the last deal.
Yeah, so as you said, as everyone knows, there are still women and children that are held hostage in Gaza. And I want to say that we're very worried about it, and that we don't understand what does the terror organizations try to do, what is their agenda by keeping women and children, young girls as my sister, and 14 others, because it is against their religion. It is against any religion, I think, the Islam, the Judaism, the Christian people. It is against to keep women and children and, you know, every hostage that is there, because the people weren't taken from a battlefield. They were taken and not during a time of war. So they're not even called prisoners of war. All these actions are against the law, the war laws, or the basic humanity laws that are there in the world. And why to take women and children that are helpless, they cannot defend themselves, and they are still, for as it is written, it is the 80th day now from the beginning of the war, and we still do not know anything. Of the hostages are kept there, and my sister, a young girl, 19 years old, she's there and she's all alone. I do not know if what does she even know about the situation that is going on? I think maybe she thinks everyone forgot them there. And we are asking the world not to be silent about it, because I think everyone, if you will be awake the next morning and people will intrude your home and take your women, take your children, burn them, rape them, and take them hostage, no one will be silent. So we need the world not to be silent, to be with us, to understand that there are crimes against humanity and even the religion of those who took our people.
Right. Now, Sasha, you know, there's discussions in the government, even we understand this evening, about maybe working out some kind of other deal. It's been a public debate and discussion about that in the terms of Israel. That's a complicated question in terms of what the terms are. You mentioned about the world answering and speaking up more Organizations like the Red Cross certainly should be more involved. What's your message for the government of Israel as it has to weigh these different factors in terms of coming to some kind of other deal that could potentially free your sister and the other, certainly some of the other hostages at most at risk there in Gaza?
Well, so my sister and the children, the wounded, the grandparents, and the grandmother out there are weak populations, are helpless population that need to be released as soon as possible. And I want to ask my government and other governments in the world that can make pressure on Qatar, on Egypt, on Hamas itself. And the message is that we need to make the opportunity, the option to negotiate about the releasement of those people who are there, because their time is running out, and it has been a month since the last people who were released, and we do not know even are we going to another negotiations or not, because we don't know anything. We're only hearing stuff from the press and the media. So we need people to act and to understand that the life of the people there is pressure more than anything, more than any religion or politics or military actions. I think the most precious value the world and all the humanity must put at first priority is the human life, and to get all those 129 lives who are there back to their loved ones home.
All right, Sasha, of course, most of all, we join you in wishing a safe return for your sister Karina to her home, with all the other hostages still remaining in Gaza as soon as possible. Sasha Ariev, thank you for joining us on I-24 News.